Hello and what is up, my friends? ThunderBob here, and tonight we're going to be checking out Titan Quest 2. There was a demo that just dropped on Steam. You do have to sign up for it, and I don't know if everyone can get in, but I got invited pretty quickly. I've been excited to check this out. I'm a huge action RPG fan. The Diablo series is one of my favorite games of all time. And Titan Quest I played at release back in, what was that, '04 or something? I played a ton of games in that lineage, Grim Dawn, the Titan Quest re-release and expansions. I'm a huge fan of this genre, so I'm curious to check this out. I quickly looked in here, and it looks like they do have modern DLSS support, lots of modern graphical settings. It looks like by default everything was maxed out here, and it looks like you got a lot of options in here, like showing health bars and how you want the loot to be displayed. It didn't go as far as loot filters, but there are a lot of options I noticed in here. I might play around with that later. Let's go ahead and we'll jump in. And I think this is a fairly short demo. I heard it was maybe 45 minutes. I did get one crash. I booted this up just to see what the character creation was looking like. And earlier I clicked from masculine to feminine, and my game just crashed. So that's not a great first impression. Get some ladies here, and you got some men here. Looks like the Diablo 4 druid right there. I'm just gonna go with... No, it's too skinny. Yeah. Sure. And my name shall be ThunderBob. Looks like there's only normal difficulty available. I can't change this. I'm sure that's probably going to change with the full release. And it's been a while since I played through Titan Quest last. I played it at release in '04, and I want to say I played through it again maybe 2015-ish, so almost a decade ago.
The muses of faith and the mortal, watched by the gods on Prote Island, where the story begins.
I remember liking it at release, though I was not as enamored with it as many of the other Diablo releases. So you get a dodge. It was a game that had a really good single-player experience, but I felt like the end game was lacking a little bit. So it's a game that I would play through once, but I wouldn't play repeatedly. I think the most interesting thing about Titan Quest is probably the class system. You pick an initial class. Almost right away, I want to say it's level 2, and then when you get around level 8, you get a second class. And it's those two classes in combination that you get skills from both classes. You could be a melee plus a magic user, or a buffer and a ranged character.
Prepared him for the hunt.
So D is health potion, F is energy potion. I'm getting a little bit of stutters. I'm going to turn on my overlay here. I can, pull that up. Looks like you're getting sub 60 FPS. That's with DLSS on. That's not so great. Not sure if that overlay is going to come through in the video or not. I can't remember how I have it set up right now. Got waypoints. Titan Quest is very much like Diablo. The biggest thing I can remember being different is it was a lot longer campaign. It was 25, 30 hours.
The Griffin grows more dangerous every day. Its mad cult of worshippers keeps growing. It's time we hunted it down. Are you ready? Good. But first, the time has come for you to prove yourself. Today we hunt the Griffin, but before that,
yeah, it feels like a little bit of stuttery.
At the end of the beach?
It's nice looking. Zooming in. But honestly, it doesn't look that much different than Titan Quest was a good looking game at the time. This doesn't look that much more advanced than the original Titan Quest. I guess looking at side by side might tell a different story, but water looks nice. I'm one of those guys that when I see water, I always got to be yeah, that's good water right there. But back to Titan Quest. I felt that original game had a really good campaign, but then when you beat it, it was just kind of it was over. There wasn't a lot of replayability. They added some expansions, which I played a little bit of. I don't think I went through all of the more recent expansions. They've 20 years after that original game, they've released a couple of expansions more recently, like the last 5 years or so. And I did not play through all those. But this was more of a game that was interesting because of the unique characters. The problem I had with it was the campaign was so very long that, like, I didn't really want to replay the single player. You know, it's a 20, 30 hour long campaign. And, like, you have, I think it was 9 or 10 character classes, and you would pick 2 of those to build up your unique, like, you know, multi-class. And, like, that's so cool. But then I would beat it one time, and I would just be like, you know, I don't want to play this 30-hour campaign again. And I almost wish I had, like, the Diablo thing where, like, you could beat it once, and then kind of, like, your second character was, like, accelerated in some way. Did I haven't hit the next level to do masteries yet. I did notice this when I booted it up earlier, the attribute system. It looks like you have 3 primary attributes: agility, knowledge, might. And then, like, if I highlight this, you can see, like, this impacts those 2. So agility would give extra damage for strike damage and pierce damage. And also poison and lightning damage. So, like, knowledge and agility impact cunning. Might and knowledge impact resolve. It's kind of a little bit different. You've got kind of like a rock, paper, scissors wheel almost. Curious how that plays out. Nice detailed character stats. Always love where they give you, like, the breakdowns and everything. Some of those older RPG games, like Diablo 2, for a very long time, like, you'd really have to dig in to try to find all of your stats, and certain things were, like, hidden attack speed modifiers and what the max cap was and how much of these things you needed. People just had to figure out through trial and error. I almost died there. I haven't found, like, anything but white items yet. So far, it feels like kind of your standard RPG. Like, I kind of wish it started you out with the picking your class. Like, I think that happened to level 2. Yeah, okay. So now I get attribute points. Oh, I've got to progress the story to get to masteries. Okay. But I get 2 attribute points. It's like, I don't know what to put points into yet. So, like, knowledge. Supports Magos robes, plated robes, and magical weapons. Counts towards cunning and resolve, which increases certain damage types. So it's kind of like you'd want to pick your class, look at what damage type they use primarily, and then you pick your stat based off that. It's like a little bit awkward, like, because I don't know what class I'm even going yet. You know, like in Diablo, you know, the older Diablo games, you'd have your primary stats,
but if you are
strength, dexterity, magic, vitality, and it's kind of clear what those do right out the gate.
You know what to do.
Here, it's like I need to know what kind of damage I'm going to be doing before I commit to a specific stat, right? And a staff. How does the staff work? Is it... Okay, so it lets you do, like, a ranged. That's cool. And a bow. It's the most damage.
Here we are. This place was built ages ago. The heroes of old received the gods' gifts at...
Cool. Do I get a class? Beldar. That's a Lord of the Rings joke. Gandalf.
Careful. The priests of Mycenae protect their shrines, even beyond the grave.
Did that pierce? That kind of looked like it pierced, didn't it? Crit chance, limit chance. Ow. But this... Maybe I was just imagining. I swear it looked like that pierced through the one guy to the other. So I'm gonna try a two-hander. Yeah, he's got a very wide attack, and I think that's how it was in the... It's been a while since I played the original Titan Quest. I seem to remember, like, melee had, like, some cleave, even, like, with the default attack. Like, I'm definitely swinging through and hitting multiple guys.
Door's sealed. Give me a moment.
Roger that. I'm gonna just mess around over here.
Fight them off while I unseal this.
Ow!
There.
You know what? I should probably be using the dodge, right? I'm not so used to the dodge. Like, I'm more of a Diablo 2 player. That was the action RPG I probably put the most time into. Though, if you follow the channel, I've got a lot of D4 coverage, D3, like the D1, but D2 is like my bread and butter growing up, and that does not have any kind of dodge mechanic. And, I don't know, it just doesn't come naturally to me. It's like I gotta force myself to do it. Though I've been getting more into, the Soulsborne kind of games. I played through Elden Ring and through Demon Souls.
The ancient Mycenaeans called this the Shrine of Divine Mastery.
Oh, that sounds good.
Only those the shrine choose. You're the finest I've ever trained.
You have been measured. Rise and accept your blessing.
Cool. Choose the area of specialization for your divine power. What type of hero will you be? You can pick any two masteries in any order and combine their strengths in interesting ways. Each mastery can be specialized as you progress. I wonder if they're not all available, or if now you're picking like one of 3 categories, because it says choose the area of specialization. Type area B. You can pick any 2 masteries. I'm guessing maybe they're not all here, because there's like in Titan Quest 1, there's a dozen masteries. If I click this, is it going to pick it? No, okay. Throw lightning, dominate the battlefield, bend the earth itself. I like the lightning thing. If I click preview, okay, cool. So you can actually see the tree here. It's just like Titan Quest. You had like a bar, so you'd be filling up the mastery. I'm not sure if this one just fills up automatically as you level up the skills, but in Titan Quest 1, there's like a mastery bar that would give you skill and stat points. Not skill, it would give you stat points. And as you filled that up, it would unlock further into the tree. So you'd have a tree for both of your different masteries you picked, and then you'd have to fill up the masteries in each one and then pick the skills within them. So increase spell damage, regeneration, increase shock, lightning evoker. So a lot of these seem to be not active skills, but rather modifiers. Okay, so this over here are the active skills. You got Call Lightning, Ice Shards, Ice Nova, Storm Nimbus, Lightning Bolt, and Cyclone. And then it looks like there's some stuff locked up here, and then these are what looks to be passive things. Increase lightning damage, increase cold damage. Okay, let's go back. Let's just look quickly and preview what we got here. So this is like fire and earth, rolling magma, fissure, earth, flame volley, earthquake. I'm not getting like too deep into these because I'm not. This is just the demo. I'm not digging too deep in here, but just kind of looking at what everything is. You could slow down or pause here if you're trying to look at all these skills. Just getting a feel for what they're all about, if I want to play it or not. It sure sounds cool. Warfare. It seems like it's low, and then the higher you get is the higher the level requirement. Heavy attack, sweeping strike, leap, doom horn, stomp, barrage, rain of arrows. Interesting. You got Almost feels like a barbarian, and then you got Rain of Arrows at the top, which feels like a kind of a rogue type ability. And then you got your... So it's a mix of melee, but also has some range. You know, I think I will try Storm. Level up active skills by clicking their respective plus to unlock them. This also gives the skill capacity, which you can use to assign powerful modifiers to customize it. Don't worry, you can always respec later. Gives you skill capacity, which you can use to assign powerful modifiers. So is this... So you don't have to put points over here anymore. Is it automatic? So that's area, 31 damage. Crit, so it's 31. Why does it say 31 damage up above, but then below call lightning at a target location dealing 27 in a... That's interesting. This costs a lot of energy, this costs a little bit of energy. And how many points do I have? I got 2. So if I put a point here, what would happen when I clicked on it? Available modifiers. Are these the same things over here? Or no, these are okay. So I have active points and passive points. It almost seems like the Diablo 3 system where you had like the ability and then several runes you could pick from. So if I put a point there, can I? That cost me. Okay, so putting 1 point in there, it looks like it lets me pick a modifier, and maybe as you level up, you get additional modifiers. There's a lot of modifiers there. 17. Repeat 1 time in 1 second interval, but it does less damage, but it costs more. So you'd get 2 casts, costs more, does less damage. Delayed impact, 25% more damage, but it hits after 0.8 seconds. Directly used enemies in 3-meter radius around target location have a 20% chance to be hit by lightning. Gain 1 rage on the first hit, deals 2% more damage per rage, plus 5 energy cost. Some of these are like, I gotta think about it, and for being a demo, I'm not gonna get that deep into it tonight. Ailment chance. On use, gain 1 overload, 10% more damage, and 10% more cast speed. 10% less energy cost. What's overload? Okay, at the bottom it says overload. Take 1% maximum health per stack as combined fire and lightning damage per second. Cleanse 1 stack for every 20 energy spent on non-fire lightning skills. So it's like, it almost like it hurts you. Deals 5 energy drain in a 2.5 meter radius. I'm going to try this repeat one. That sounds kind of cool. So it'll do less damage, but it'll cast a second time after a second. Okay. And I could... Wait, if I want to undo that. Can I? I didn't mean to. Okay, so good. Refund all. There's no... So if I just... Okay. I wanted to put a point over here, too. And then I can pick one of these, I think. There's 2 projectiles, but 15% less damage. Now that seems cool. So you can make your projectile penetrate, 20% more projectile speed, less energy, less damage per penetrated target. It only does one. I think the additional thing would be better. When you hit a frozen target, it causes an explosion, dealing 4 cold damage, but 5% less. It's so complex. It's like extra cost, less damage, but it explodes. 4 damage isn't much though. Ooh, homing. Improve homing strength. 30% more projectile range. No penalty for consecutive hits. Half damage. 20% less projectile speed. So this will home in on your target, but it does half damage. That seems like a pretty big loss. Whereas this is 15% less damage, and you get 2 projectiles, so you could hit more than 1. This seems like good if you're sniping something far away, but if you're just trying to like... Yeah, we'll go with that. And then I got points over here. I can't go deeper into the tree yet. Increase spell damage. Energy regeneration. I don't know if energy is a problem yet. we're gonna go with extra damage because pew pew pew. I like blowing stuff up. I've got barrier too. Okay. Can I dodge barrier? Okay. That was like way more complex than I feel like it needed it to be.
This shouldn't be happening.
Yo, what's
You
wrong?
saw how the shrine reacted. That corruption. Gods. I thought we had more. No matter. Go. I must slay the griffin. You can do this.
So you get more points? So you get two skill and 2 passive. That's a lot of points. You get 4 points essentially per level. That might slow down as you get deeper, though. I also got to figure out what attributes to use. But so I can't go any deeper yet. I'm just gonna go all damage at the moment. If I have mana problems, I'll switch over. Oh, I can make it repeat 2 times. But the damage is not reduced any further. So I can make it 1 cast will repeat 2 times at 1 second intervals. That's cool. It's like the negative doesn't get increased. Okay. Alright, now let's go kill some shit. Wait, attributes. For poison and lightning. What type of damage am I doing? So this is lightning. And this is cold. So that's lightning. That's cold. So if I do knowledge, it'll pump up both of those. That seems to be the way to go. So I'm getting bonus lightning and bonus cold. Okay. Now, let's go kick some ass. I don't know where. But reach the griffin's nest. Nice. Are those like ants on the ground? That's interesting. Explore and pay attention. So I got another waypoint. There's a merchant over here.
Oh, hello. I know I always said Ariston how terribly quickly things... Thank you.
Okay, so I'm playing as a caster, so I should probably put that on, right? And that is that dealing? Is that's dealing cold damage, which should get a bonus from my my stats there, right? Right? Am I talking to myself? Okay, shift click lets you just get rid of it.
Patricus would have liked this spot, I think.
Okay. So I get a quest. Left clicking on an enemy does not attack them. It feels like it should. Whoa, that does how many? 7 ice shards. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize it defaulted so high. Fire 7 shards. So the thing I picked only increased it. Oh, it gives it 2? I thought it was only 1 additional. I'll take it. You can use your barrier skill to temporarily boost your defenses. Use barrier skill to actively defend yourself. So you get like a very short boost. That lightning shit is pretty cool. You just gotta get them to sit in it though. Kinda like unsure. Okay, so that's where I want to wind up. It looks, so this is where I started at, right? I think, yeah, and then I went through here. So I'm thinking it probably wraps around this way, maybe. That was one thing. Titan Quest has a very, like, complex map. Like, I remember getting lost and, like, just like, am I going the right way? I have no idea. This doesn't feel like I'm going the right way. It was a cool game, though. And so far, I'm enjoying this. It's complex. Like, I'm liking that lightning thing. One of my cats just like ran up to me. What's wrong, kitty? And really, I didn't put any points into the mana or the mana regeneration, and it fills up real fast still. Like, I don't think I'm gonna have a problem with mana. This looks like it could be an area ripped right from the first game. I'm gonna have a problem with my health, though. What's wrong, kitty?
No! The village!
Oh no! I know this is going into early access also. This is not like a full release when it comes out. They don't even have a date on that as far as I could tell.
Almighty Zeus, I don't understand. Why would anyone want to... My wife is beautiful, but we used to tease Aristino for all that trading she had.
Run to the village. Okay. I feel like the run speed's a little slow.
The houses! There are people still trapped inside!
Thank you!
It says there's a merchant over here. Probably have to save the town first. Waypoint? I don't think I can get it though. Shit, I hit my potion like a second too late. Well, let's find out what happens when you die. I definitely feel squishy. Interact with the rebirth waypoint to use a recovery portal and teleport back. So I could just teleport back? Why didn't it send me to the closest waypoint? That seems a little weird. It started me like over there. It seemed to imply that I could have teleported to my body, but I didn't see an option for that. Leveling feels a little bit slow. I'm like level 3 and barely getting experience. Though I want to say Titan Quest was that way. I don't think the max level was all that high. Like it was maybe you'd beat the main story at like 30 or something. Because that's kind of standard. Like Diablo 2, kind of the same deal. Need to remember to use dodge and the barrier. Yeah, I guess I should have been able to teleport right back here. But I didn't see an option for it.
Go back to your griffin, thief! No way I'm opening this. Is it safe to come out now?
Give me your stuff. You know what else came out today? A remake of Fate, which is like another classic action RPG. I'm like kind of tempted to check that out as well. I don't have all the time today, but Fate came out in like '04, I want to say, and it was like a Diablo clone, kind of a low budget, but like had some interesting ideas. I think it was one of the first games that had like pets that you could give your loot to take back to town. It was really like a proto Torchlight. It was made by Travis Baldry, who eventually went on to produce Mythos, which never got fully developed, and then Torchlight.
This is the third time in as many months. We have.
Well, look who's grown a spine. You like playing the hero, do you? Then
Not another attack. I'll protect the villagers. You take care of the cultists.
I kind of need to remember my lightning attack. It costs a lot, but like I can spam it. Like there's no cooldown, as far as I can tell, on any of the abilities, which is a little different. I feel like
Griffin is a curse on us all.
action
We can't keep
RPGs
fending
mostly
off
have a
these
lot
attacks.
of cooldowns these days for the bigger attacks.
Not me. I'm too old to go chasing. The cultists block the path. Take it.
Okay.
Don't forget to destroy the griffin's nest too.
Did I get
We
this?
can't risk another griffin. And moving in.
Get more points. Not at the next tier yet, but I think I'm almost there. Should I just keep putting more points in? We'll do one for the energy regeneration. Seems like it gives you less each point you're putting in it. I'm liking this lightning spell, even though it's expensive. So every time you, so it looks like 1 point, 2 points, 3, 5, 7, 9. And it's like each one of these levels, so now I can repeat it 3 times. Or I could do 25% more damage, but it's more delayed, which is hard because then they'll just run through it. When directly used, enemies in a 3-meter radius around the target location have a 20% chance to hit like lightning strike. Rage, no chance. I'm gonna go so it does 3 repeats for 1 cast. It's still only 35% less damage, so it's like it's doing like 270% damage, right? And I guess each cast is 35% less, so it's doing 140, like almost double damage, right? I'm doing that math right. Let's go to the store real quick.
Griffin Colt took my...
Yeah, I don't really want to hear it. Winged Thunderstaff. That sounds cool. Looks cool. Trying to go through this as quickly as I can here. Definitely not speedrunning this, being the first time I've touched this game, and my memories on the first are pretty limited. That's fun. The modifiers on the abilities actually seem to kind of add a lot of uniqueness to like how you're playing. Whoa. These guys are level 4. Just wrecking my face. I need to remember to use the barrier. thing I didn't notice. So, is this based on weapon damage? Cloud on lightning. So it does 130. Let's see if I equip. No, I don't think it is. I wasn't sure how that worked. Like Diablo 4, your spells are based off of your weapon damage and your stats and everything. Diablo 2, your skills are based off of skill levels. So I'm kind of like, which version is it? Looks like there's a little something down here, but there's a chest or something. I feel like I should have gone down here and cleared out because I feel like I'm the content is overleveling me. Left alt, okay. That just looped me around. And it doesn't seem like you have a secondary weapon slot. Like a lot of these type of games would give you like 2 slots, so you could have, you know, a melee weapon and a bow or something. I keep hitting Q to try to heal because that's the default in Diablo 4, which is like the most recent ARPG I played. I never found that that quest giver wanted me to find like his brother or something. I kind of just ignored him. I bet he was down in that south area. Kind of this build, I want to like group up guys and then just like cast a couple of lightning things. You know, like sometimes you play these games and the initial spells are just really lackluster, but these first skills have been pretty badass. Like, it feels a little light though. Like the skill tree, the active abilities feel a little light. Like I know you get to pick a second mastery eventually, but I gotta say, if that is the extent of the tree for this specific mastery, it feels limited. Like even compared to Titan Quest 1, I feel like the tech tree in Titan Quest 1 went like this way. And it was like the active and the passives were kind of like all spread throughout. Maybe that's why it felt like there were more, but just at a glance, I feel like there's more in Titan Quest 1.
State your wish. You have already received the blessing of prove your work.
I'm guessing maybe if I think you get the second mastery at level 8.
You have been measured. And you have been found. Worth.
Or maybe I get it right now.
Come and receive your blessing.
Okay. Okay, so there it is. You get to pick your second mastery. So I'm already going with a caster kind of person, and I'm using knowledge, which is poison and lightning, fire and cold, strike and pierce. What kind of damage? So fire, earth. What did earth damage? I didn't see earth. Fire, fire, fire. So that's fire. Where's earth at? Is there nothing that gives? I didn't notice you could put points directly into vigor. And it counts towards all secondary. kind of confused by the stat system a little bit. So if this improves the damage of all of them, that increases your base health. Supports Magos robes, plated robes, and magical weapons. Supports light armor, medium armor. So it's like you gotta pick your stat based off of your items you're using. It just doesn't, I don't know, it feels kind of weird. So this is more like light armor, heavy armor. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the storm, I think. I mean the earth. Because again, you get spell damage, energy, like it kind of seems like it, so my points that I earn, I have to distribute between both masteries. I didn't notice, but you can actually level up barrier or dodge. Wonder would the point be there? What does it give you? You get like some skills there, interesting. Rolling magma, fissure. Splits the ground in front of you to deal 27 strike damage in an 8-meter line. The fissure stays for 2 seconds and slows enemies. Fire projectile that explodes on contact with enemies or obstacles and deals 24 damage. I'm gonna try out fissure here. Can increase the duration. Stun enemies trigger. Does it stun? Stun enemies trigger a shockwave, but it doesn't say it stuns, does it? I guess it has a 10% ailment chance. So is that like a chance to stun, maybe? Slam attack turns the skill into a melee slam, dealing 140% weapon damage and weapon speed. Okay. Pierce, more damage, 10% chance to stun. Does 50% more damage against channeling enemies. Creates +1 fissure in a cone. Consumes full overwhelm. I'm guessing if I wonder if rank 2 is like a 20%, like they could be like a 30% stun chance. That's not bad. Just curious. Yep. So I can cast my lightning and then throw this down to try to stun people in it, maybe vice versa. We'll keep pumping up the. So this gives me 10% spell damage per point. This is giving me 4. So that's the first point, at least, so it's +5 after that. Okay. Okay. Did I get attributes?
Rise, twice blessed of the gods.
I don't know if I love the fissure. I thought it would be like a bigger, like a wider crack. That's not a butt joke. You got a rare. I can't use yet. I need 93 fitness and 56 MIG might. It seems not something I'm gonna reach. Yeah, I'm not really feeling the fissure. The range on it's just like too small. Like the width of it.
Not enough energy.
It doesn't really do enough damage for. Like, this is doing like 139, and then it's doing it 3 more times. This is doing 68
No one's crazy enough to go through. What?
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna get rid of Fissure. It's like, do I even want to put any points in this? I guess if you want to get deeper, you kind of have to. Well, it looks like mastery points count towards it too, right? Or is divinity just something different altogether? I think it is, because I've got way more points here and the tree hasn't gone up anymore. So maybe that's some kind of story thing? I don't know. But I feel like I'd be better off just pumping up. So the individual points don't actually like straight up increase your damage. It's the modifiers that you're unlocking. So it's almost like getting it to certain break points. But then it costs more and more points the higher you go. Okay, in one rage on first hit, deal 2% more damage per rage. So if you got like 5 guys, you could get 5 rage, which would be 10% more damage. It would also cost more energy. More ailment chance. Is ailment like chance to hit maybe? Or chance to proc? I actually kind of wish I didn't spend that, because like none of these seem all that interesting. So now there's a 20% chance to be hit by a lightning strike. We'll see how that works. Now I'm leveling pretty quick. So that gives me 2 in each of those. That gives me 3. Interesting. I'm gonna do that one more point to unlock, because I wanted to see. So that's got a 30% chance. So when you max that out, you've got a 40% chance to be hit by a lightning strike, but the spell costs considerably more energy. Is this the Griffin's Nest? Or is that just a Griffin's Nest? What do you go over there? Isn't that stuttering still? It's like sub 60 FPS. Kind of like gotta drag the enemies to the repeating lightning strikes. It's good for the choke points though, where like enemies have to come to you through that. I definitely love AoE. It's like, if I just had to like swing like at the beginning of the game, I would quit by now. Anything I can actually use yet? No. Shoulders that require might. Don't really do anything for me either. There's something over here. using that barrier more frequently. Definitely, the cost on that going up is a little detrimental. Maybe
I need to wait.
spending points elsewhere would be more beneficial. Now, are my potions just on a cooldown? Because I never see them, I don't think. But they keep, like, regenerating. Like, there. I can't tell. Yeah, it just went up again. Is it on kill? I'm not sure what triggers that. I was kind of like holding off on using them. Okay. This is definitely a pleasant surprise. Like, I'm thinking about what I'm going to play tonight. I've been playing through Avowed. I'm pretty close to the end. And then I saw, like, oh, there's a Titan Quest thing? Invite only, oh. But then, like, I clicked on it and almost immediately got in, so... This should go down there. Even though the frames are a little low, they don't feel bad, per se. Like, it's not unplayable, but definitely performance could be better. Okay, I think I cleared this area out. And loot feels kind of lackluster. I got all these blues and a couple of rares I've gotten so far, none of them I can actually put on. Coming from Diablo 4, where the loot is very class specific, like you barely ever find anything that you can't use. This is like the opposite. I'm finding almost everything I cannot use. I actually like it somewhere in between. Like, I don't want to find only items for my specific class, because one of the joys I feel like of these type of games is you find something cool and it's like, oh man, I'll give that to my sorcerer that I'm going to build next. Press L to open your personal portal. Oh. Okay, so now I can come back and sell. But like in Diablo 4, you never find anything for other classes. So it's like if I want to start a new character, I've got almost nothing to start with, which is kind of annoying. So just sell them. Is there anything?
Give that griffin a...
30% increased crit hit chance. 14% increased critical hit chance. Can spells crit? I'm assuming they can. It's not even that much gold. Sure. Let's see. Core stats. Offensive stats? Where's my critical hit chance? It still says global crit chance 0. Oh, I don't have them equipped. I didn't even notice I found rings. That doesn't do anything. Energy of regeneration is not bad, but let's see. So with those 2 rings, I have a 27% crit chance. But then also, like these skills individually, if you click on it, it says it has like a 6% chance. Does that mean, is it like Diablo 4, like your proccing chance, where it's like you have a 20% chance to proc, but then this ability, oh, that's where I could have teleported to my dead body. But then this ability has a 2%. So 20% of the times it triggers, and then 2% of that, like, chance. Like, I wonder if it's like that. We'll see how often I'm critting here.
Well, if it isn't the hero of Proti Village. Come to
Does that pause the game?
Bask.
It does. I wonder if what happens in multiplayer. I don't know if I want to spend my 2 points to get that maxed. I guess. So it's got a 40% chance, but my mana cost has gone up even more. It's nice that you can just swap these out. Like if I wanted to do gain 3 rage on the first hit, deals 4% more damage per rage. I wonder if each of my casts counts as a hit. So you can get 10, so it would be 40% more damage, potentially, if 2% increased attack damage per stack. So why does it say deal 4% more damage per rage up top, but then down below it says 2%? Is that just that skill? I don't know. Let's try it.
In my presence, have you? Be warned, my servants were weak, but I am as terrible as I am beautiful.
Is that like Galadriel
Not yet.
speech when she gets tempted by the ring? Oh, look at that! I got 8 stacks of that rage. It does seem to like each cast triggers it. That's pretty cool. That's good. So that's giving me, if the skill is correct, that's a 40% increased damage. I still don't know if my crit chance is accurate or not. Yeah, I think that was a crit there, 112 damage. But it doesn't seem like it's, what did I say, it was a 20-something% chance. Okay, earn divinity points. Use to increase the power of your masteries. Okay. Okay, so you get divinity points for maybe certain story beats. So like I can use that to get to the next tier of skills, or I could have done that to like get to Earthquake, Flame Volley, Earth Enchantment. Increased fire damage, increased physical damage. Okay. So now I could get it's an aura with an 18-meter radius, or a grants allies 30% increased cold and lightning damage. Well, that's pretty cool, but it reserves 60 energy, that's quite a bit. But it's 30% lightning damage and cold damage, which is mostly what I'm doing. I could do Ice Nova, 15 cold damage and a radius around you, 25% chance to freeze for 1 second. And it's got that 100% ailment chance, so I'm thinking that is like your chance to proc, and then so 25% of the time you get it essentially. And then the last one, Lightning Bolt. Throw a bolt of lightning that deals 26 damage, infinite penetration, so it could go through multiple enemies, always fires 1 projectile additional. Projectile said split off of the first hit, additional projectiles deal 60% less damage, so it's almost like a chain lightning. There's got to be more skills in the full game, this can't be it. I'm kind of curious. I kind of want to test out, see what it looks like. Get rid of that. Okay. I get 1 more point. These. So resistance, 4 grants allies plus 15. So that's lightning resistance and max. It's 2 lightning weapon damage. Grants numbers and weapon damage converted to lightning damage. Is that what I think it does? So it turns your weapon damage. Does that mean my spells benefit from that? I don't know. You can only pick one though, but I think that's what that means. Oh, I don't have the points for it. Do I? Okay. Oh, that takes 2 per rank. It's interesting. We'll see what that does. Cold and beam and thunderstorm. Increased lightning strike damage. Every 2 seconds you have a chance to hit a random enemy within the aura with a lightning strike. It's a low % chance, but that's kind of like lightning strike, or is that lightning armor from Diablo 2, frost armor, storm enhancement, conservation. So less energy to keep it up. 90 energy reserved. How much energy do I even have? Let's see. I notice when I cast this, I get rage, like no matter what, but I thought gain 2 rage on the first hit. Oops. I guess I thought it meant like on each hit on an enemy, but you immediately get 2 rage. Interesting. And then you got lightning bolt, which I want to see that used on an actual enemy. Let's go mess around.
At last.
Is this the end of the demo?
Who I am? No, I didn't think so. You're oblivious to your fate. She did a good job hiding you from me. Aristono, my priestess. But she couldn't hide you forever. I am Retribution herself. And you were marked for punishment long ago.
Goddess! Stop! I beg you! There's no justice in this punishment.
Justice? Ha! We're all just flies in the spider web of the fates. Blame them, not me.
Arayan! Now!
Yo, is that a Patronus charm?
Go! Run! I'll distract her. Get to the caves!
Expecto Patronum!
The cliff! Hurry!
Okay.
Run as far as you like. I will always pursue.
Stop hitting me,
The
yo.
fates have cursed us both.
So does the
I am
barrier
showing
just
you
like stop
mercy.
all incoming damage?
What will you do when she's no longer there to protect?
I have no idea how the healing potion works. It like just refills on its own.
It's my fault she found you. When you used the mastery shrines, it must have alerted her to your presence. I bought her some time, but we need to move. Nemesis' servants will be close by.
Okay. So we should probably go. I want to use my new abilities. And it seems like I have... Yeah, I'm not really feeling the lightning spell. Maybe with more enemies, you'd see like the chaining effect. It's kind of hard to even hit with it. This guess is not bad single target damage for the cost.
That was the goddess Nemesis. The truth is, she's wanted to destroy you since you were a baby.
Yo, what did I do?
I was her faithful priestess when she demanded I bring you to her for punishment.
These guys are very fast, so it's like hard to get them into my lightning attack. Just hold still, bro. That story went places. It was like, I'm just trekking in a griffin, and then there's like an angel god thing hunting me down. That escalated quickly. Yeah, I'm not feeling the lightning spell like at all. Maybe with some mastery points in it, but like, it's kind of just lackluster. Like, it looks okay, but it's like a single lightning strike. It says it's supposed to like bounce, but the bounce effect, if it's there, is very subdued.
Madness. I couldn't do it. What could an infant do to deserve eternal punishment?
I'm definitely doing more damage with the Nimbus cloud thing, though.
There, the boat. As long as you're on this island, Nemesis is a threat to everyone here. We need to leave.
Is this the end of the demo? I kind of wanted to play around with my skills more.
We need to sail for Pyrgos. Nemesis fears you because of a prophecy. I don't know what. Here, wear this. Cover your face. My horse charm. It belongs to an old friend.
Judgment!
Go!
Okay. Not her. Is that the Adonis?
So brave Aristano perished. And the mortal fled.
I have a feeling this is the end of the demo.
Storm-tossed, they sank beneath the waters, crying out for a protector.
Oh, it's the Patronus. Yep, that's it. Okay, so I just loaded back in. Just I wanted to see if it would let me continue, and it just kind of like, it set me back up like right here. And I don't think I can... Yeah, I can't like go to any of the other areas or anything, so like, I feel like this character is just done, I guess? That kind of sucks. I would kind of wanted to go back and see if I could get a couple more levels, mess around with the skills a little more. But I'll end it here. Overall, I'm impressed with it. It's like, it's a good starting point. It feels a little, like I know, I think this is going in early access, so I'm not expecting a full release, you know, 100% there. It's got some good bones here. The systems are interesting. The way the skill points work, the way the levels work, you get your dual masteries still. It does feel like there's a few, too few skills per mastery, and I'm wondering if maybe that increases, like with the full game, or if that's just it. Like it feels like there's some skills missing. But overall, I'm digging it. I plan to check this out at release and give you my thoughts. And yeah, if you played this or given this a try, let me know what you're thinking. Are there any classes you're really enjoying? Any I should check out? So we're playing through this again as a different class. And I'll end it there. I want to thank you for watching, everybody, and just have a good night.